guys, today I'll be teaching you how to make this cute flower I literally just made up. It's pretty cute. I know there is a little tail here, and I kind of like attached it on the back, but all this to say it's very cute. And if you just want to know how to make the flower, it's perfectly up to you. I just make a few chains and it looks cute. So yeah, we're gonna be making this cute flower. On easy scale, I think it's pretty easy, but this is only hook, so the flowers are made kind of crocheted, and I just made some chains in my hook. The only thing you'll need is you'll need your loom here. I'm using my 2.0 loom. You'll need it just so you can put your petals on. But other than that, I think this is pretty cute. And yeah, I don't have a Pacific band count right now, but I will put that into the description below if you want to check that out for a Pacific band count. So I'm just gonna get started making this guy. So first, what you're gonna need, I'm gonna use green for my stem, and I'm just debating if I want to use these pinks, but whatever type of flower you like to do, you can do it. And then I think I want to add some white for the middle. So yeah, we're gonna get started. You'll need your hook, and like I said, a loom. You won't need anything else. I'm going to zoom in here so it can be easier to see. So you see how I have these tiny little cap bands right here? That's going to be our starting, how we make our little flower petal, which I'm going to use, okay. I think I want to use this glittery pink right here. So what you're first going to do is twist this once, so flip it into a figure eight and then flip it back on the hook, just like this, and then pick it up and flip it again, flip the figure eight and then back on itself. And that's what we do for that part. I like to switch for different colors, so I'm going to switch again. So now we're making this kind of darker blue. I'm into this lighter blue here. And I think I want to use this pink here. So you're only going to need 2 bands of that color. And what you're going to do is take those 2 bands and pull it through this band we made. Just like that. And then flip it back over itself. Just like this. You can kind of center it if you would like. So I'm just going to kind of center it so it can kind of be in the middle. So this is what your flower should look like right now. And if you need some breaks or you need to catch up, if I'm going too fast for you, please pause it. You do not have to feel bad for that. And if you need the steps repeated, just rewind the video. Alright, I'm going to get back into it. So now I'm going to use my pink, and as I was saying, for the darker color right here, that's what we're making right now. So you're going to take that color you just got, take 2 bands. The only part we should have used 1 band for is the first step, which is that little cap band right here. The rest is 2-banded. So take 2 bands, and you're only going to pull it through these 2 bands here. You're going to leave the back 2 bands on it. So here we go. Only take the 2 front bands and then reclaim. And this is what it should look like. You should have your cap band, you should have that pink, and then you should have this band right here. These bands we pulled through. Now you should have the back two bands still in that color. Now what gets tricky is we take the whole thing off our hook, we twist it around so that the bands we just put are on the back and the bands that we didn't pull through on the front. So we're going to go back through the bands like that, but we turned it over. So now we can hook this side we did not hook. And we're only hooking these two bands in the front, not these 4 bands in the back. So take 2 bands and only pull it through the front 2 bands. And then reclaim. So now that you have this kind of looking shape, we're going to add this middle, which you can't really see it, but it's white, and that's where we're going to do. If you have Rainbow Loom bands, it should be pretty friction, but if you don't, you can just use a C-clip or something, or you can just hold on to it. I'm going to show you how you can hold on to it, but you can just leave it like this, just be careful. But you're going to add the color you want in the middle. I'm going to use 2 pink bands. So you only need 2 bands of that color. You're going to place them kind of like this. You're going to put them on your hook. These 2 bands should not be, they should just be hanging off. And you're going to, sorry guys, hold on, give me 1 second. Whoops, sorry guys. We're going to take those 2 bands. These bands should be just staying there. And then you're going to pull those 2 front bands up. And instead of leaving these here, we're going to pull the front 2 up and leave these back 2. Kind of like that. So now it should look like you pulled through 4 bands. And now you're just going to reclaim. Now you see these bands that are hanging off, just put them back up there. So now it should look like this. Once it looks like this, your middle bands right here, so my like black and blue bands right here, all we're doing is taking 2 bands and pulling it through everything. So we're just pulling it through everything. Oops, it keeps getting stuck in my hook. Okay. And there we go. That's our first petal. So that's what your petal should look like. You should have the bands we laid. You should have the band we capped band. You should have the band we pulled through that cap band. We should have the 2 sides, and then we should have the bands in the middle, and then we should have these bands holding everything. So now we have this. You're going to take your loom and you're going to put it on the end. So you're just going to put these 2 bands, and we're just going to carefully transition it to the loom. So now it should be 1 on there. You can do up to 6 to 5 petals. I do 5 petals because sometimes the petals don't all fit. So I do 5 petals, and it looks perfect because then you can see the little stem. Again, the stem is optional, but the 6th stem would just hang out right there. Anyway, we don't need our loom right now, so you can just put that back away. And then, so now I'm going to teach you how to make the petal one more time, and then I'm going to just go through all of them, and then I'll show you how to do everything else. So again, you're going to take that 1 band, you're going to wrap it into a figure 8, Sorry guys, I'm kind of like out of breath. Oh my gosh. Anyway, then you're going to take it again, take the bottom two, figure eight, twist it into a figure eight, and then flip it back. So just like that. Then you're going to take your bands that are this light blue. You're going to take those two bands and pull it through those two. If you did it just like I just did, it kind of already centers it for you. I don't know, sometimes I just do it on accident. But anyway, that's how your flower should look right now. Then we're going to do the darker blue parts. So you're going to take two bands and only pull it through the two bands right here. So you're going to take the two bands and only pull it through the two bands here. Sorry, my nails are so ugly. Anyway, and then flip. So basically just like that. The reason we flip is so we can also get this side. Just gives it the effect. So we're going to pinch it like this and take it off our hook. Flip it around. Make sure the two bands we just added are on the back, and then the bands we didn't pull through are on the front. Take two more bands. Only pull it through those two bands we didn't pull through. Just like that. And then leave those hanging. Just like that. You're going to take the two bands that you're going to add in the middle, which are the white spots in the middle. And you're just going to pull, and this is how I do it. I put these two bands on my pointer finger on my right hand, and then with my left hand I use my pointer, on my pointer, middle, and thumb fingers to hold and move all the other bands. So what we're doing is pulling through these two bands. We're also pulling through these two bands. We're leaving the back bands on this one. So pull through the first two bands, then pull through the second set of bands, but only leave these back bands on there. And then you can reclaim everything. So just put everything back in the hook. Just like that. And now you're going to take your last two bands that are these black and blue bands, and we're just going to pull it through everything, just like that. And if you want to kind of shape it how you would like, go ahead and do that, and just kind of press on it. Okay, now make how many more you're going to make. So either you're gonna make you're either gonna make 3 more for if you're trying to do 5. I would suggest doing 5 just because you could do it just like me. But if you're going to do 6, you can still follow along with this. It's so cute. Alright, so now you're just going to take the petal we just made. Oops, sorry guys, my camera shakes. And then you're just going to transfer it to our loom. Just like that. So now I have 2 flower petals on my loom right now. So I'm going to pause here, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm back. As you can see, I left my 5th flower on my hook because I just finished it. So you guys should either have 6 or 5 petals. I have 4 of my petals on my loom, and I have my 5th one on my hook. What we're going to be doing is transferring them onto our hook. This was just so we could make each petal without keeping them on our hook. So right now, yours should look like this. If it doesn't, or you need the steps repeated again, just, rewind and see how to make them again. And yeah. By the way, guys, sorry I haven't been posting. I'm planning to post a short too soon. I have not posted one yet. But anyway, you're going to basically slide your petal all the way down to your hook. Not like all the way down, but mostly down. You're going to do that. So basically, you're just going to go down through the petal, take that off, and slide it down to the other petal. And it already looks like a flower doing this. We're going to keep doing this until we have all of our petals on our hook, just like this. So yeah. I have my last one right here. After this, we don't need our loom anymore, because we have all of our petals on our hook, and this is what it should look like right now. It's actually a really cute thing to put on your hook. So right now, what you should have is your middle color and your stem color. What we're going to be doing is you're going to take your middle color, which is mine's white. You're gonna take 2 bands. Right now you have 2 bands on the tip of your hook. Now you're going to, it might be a little scratch, but it's okay. So now you're gonna pull your first petal down to where the band is, and you're just gonna slide it onto there. I like pulling it down after, and all of them will fit, don't worry. So you just gotta be very careful. And you're going to slide each petal onto the band. It doesn't matter what they look like right now. You just need to, our focus right now is just to get the petals onto the band, and then we can like press them out or whatever. And my last petal, I'm just gonna slide on. Once you have slid the last petal on, you're just going to put the other side back on your hook. This is where you can see it kind of gets like this. We're going to close it up. And by the way, if you did 6 petals, your 6th petal would be right here. Anyway, it's not going to look like this for that long. It's just going to look like this for a second. Now you're just going to slip knot it very tight. And a slip knot is just basically flipping over the back 2 bands over the front 2. Pull that very tight. Just please don't break your band. Once your flower is slip knotted, you can kind of pull it however you would like it to look like. And this is what our flower looks like. Now, this is how you just make the flower. If you would like to learn how to make the stem for the flower, continue watching this video. So I'm just going to push that up there, and I'm just going to count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 6, right? Yeah, 6. I'm just going to recount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yep. So we're going to do. So now just put the white away, and you need your stem color. Really what you're going to do right now is take a single band, wrap it around 3 times. So 1, but just basically wrap it around until you see 3 little loops. So now that you have that, you're going to take 2 bands, and you're going to pull through 6 bands. So you have 2 bands here, just like that. So now do that 5 more times. So take 2 more bands, pull it through. So that's 2. So 3. Oh no, if it looks twisted like that, just kind of, why does it look twisted like that? Oh my gosh, I know I'm the Rainbow Loom queen, so I can fix anything, But like, that was weird. Anyway, so this is 3. So 4. I almost added petals, but like leaf petals. But I was like, that would be way too much attaching for y'all. Try to make it as easy as possible. So 5. And 6. Once you have these 6 made, okay, you're going to take a band, pull it through, just a band, and oh my gosh, did you guys see that? Oh my gosh, I'm not trying to play here, but like, that was weird. Anyway, take a band, pull it through the like all those bands. Okay, now you should have your cap band under here. You should have 6 of them pulled through, and then you should have a single band up here. Now you're just gonna slip knot that right here. So now we have the stem. This is way greener than it looks, but hey, at least it would look good on camera. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So now I'm gonna flip my piece over. I like to hold on to this because sometimes it comes undone. But anyway, I find the bottom of the petal, like where I want it, which I would say at the bottom. And I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's see. I'm gonna hold it like this, so kind of sideways, not directly down. And I'm going to put it right here. So the second petal right here. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of thread it through. So you're going to pull through the stem through it, just like this, which it looks good so far. Really, I just eye this, so it really doesn't have to look perfect because normally mine don't look perfect, but you want to at least style it how you like it. Anyway, so now we have this kind of pulled through. I'm going to kind of go backwards a little bit and do it on the second petal on the other side. Well, if it will, well, actually, I'm gonna let go of it like that. Sorry guys, I forgot to do that. And you're going to go through where you want, like wherever you would like it, and then pull over that band and just kind of thread it through it. I told you guys it's kind of like threading it through. Now guys, as you can see, mine kind of looks funky right now. So if you don't like how yours turned out, just pull it out and retry it. I'm gonna try it again because this is a little hard. Let's see where I want it. I'm gonna look at my flower. This is a lot trickier than I thought. So, yeah. Didn't think this would be that tricky. Okay, I think I got where I want it. So I'm just gonna put it, I think I wanna put it at like the end. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see if this works and then I'm gonna show you how I did it. So, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, kind of like this, kind of. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that on the other side. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. I think we have a winner. I think we have a winner. And if you want, how I did on the other one, you can kind of pull it up. You can kind of pull it up one. That's why it only shows 5. That's why there's a 6th. So the 6th is not showing. But you can kind of pull it through and play with how you would like it. if you want it nice and tight, I would suggest like pulling it up through the bands, kind of. I think that helps a little bit with its like ways of maneuvering itself through. So I just like to pull a tiny piece through, and then I take my hook out, and then you see how it's scrunchy though, so you know, kind of play around how you would like it to look. And you can see this one completely turned out sideways, so I'm just gonna go off camera real quick and fix it so it looks good. I actually forgot, it's kind of like 3D, so like when you put it on, it kind of stands up a little bit. That's how I wanted it to look. Anyway guys, I'm gonna try to hide the tail. Thought you could just hide it kind of like that, so let's try. So I'm just gonna, I don't know how it's gonna affect the little flower though, so I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, if you want to also hide this a little more, what you're just gonna do is go through some flower. Well, you're just gonna go through the white. You're just gonna go through the white, and you kind of maneuver it through. So you start like where it's close. That's how you kind of do it in crocheting, like like with yarn. You kind of just use the yarn needle and maneuver it around. I'm thinking, I don't know, guys, should I try to put like my actual crocheting skills into my Looming Panda channel? Because I really been wanting to have a channel for my crocheting video. I just want to do videos on my actual crochet too. So if you would like to see that, you can support me you can support me and my latest short you can comment on, the ones that let you comment, because I know some of them don't let you comment. So the latest one that lets you comment. Yeah, but still, I'm just kind of maneuvering it through. Once it's kind of maneuvered, it should look like this, and it actually gets cleaned up. Oops. But anyway, this is how it will look, and our flowers are done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. It's super cute. I love it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the tutorial because it was a little hard, but I really enjoyed making it for y'all, and I think this will look cute in a bouquet too. So you should try making a bouquet and then wrap some bands around. Maybe I should post a short about that. Will look super cute, and then I'll say tutorial coming soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. By the way, thank you so much for 120 subscribers. Really means a lot to me. Really want to get to 150 subscribers. So please support me, and if you want to help me get there, please consider subscribing. So thank you guys so much again for watching this tutorial through, and yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you turn on all notifications, and check out my Facebook page. It's at Looming Panda, and yep, trying to think if I have and if you want more details about this, just check the description below. And by the way, the band count will be there. And yeah, so if someone says, where did you get that flower from? Say, you got it from Looming Panda. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a blessing day, and Aubrey is out. Bye.